No, third years. So I'm going to do a series of videos for you here now to get you started on the structural model for the basketball arena. Okay, so David would have set up your ACC projects with you last week, and this is what you've set up. Okay, now within the project resources, I've added in these two Revit templates into each of the projects. So to start this project, you're going to download the structural template. Okay, you're going to download it. You are then going to go to File, New Project, right? Which will bring up this dialog box. You're going to browse to where you have that template stored, whether it's in downloads or you put it into a specific folder. Okay, for me, I put them here. So there's my structural template, and I'll go open and OK. All right, so make sure you do that correctly. Do not open the template file and start working in that. Okay, that's a first year error. Don't do that one. Now, when you open up your template, you're going to be faced with this here, because I've set up a few things for you. And this is the PDF of the basketball arena. It's set at a scale of 1:100 down here, and I've imported it at 1:100. So it's come in pretty much correct, all right? Now, when we go to do this, this will apply to any Revit project that you're going to start, particularly when you get a set of, say, CAD drawings or PDFs or something like that, and you're going to start the model from the outset. You need to do a little bit of thinking first. And when you think about it, break down this floor plan here. We've got the big void space here. This is the basketball courts, and then surrounding it here we've got the ancillary offices and changing rooms and entrance and all of that type of stuff here. Okay, so the roof slopes from south to north. Okay, so it's sloping that way. The curve is sloping that way. And the first thing we're going to do is set up a set of grids. But where are we going to put those grids? Now, my preference, you can see a rough makeup of the wall here, and whether we do that or not is not to be decided just yet. But I'm thinking that we're going to have hefty columns through the building here. So my preference is to set up the grid on the finish internal face. Okay, so I'm going to set up one grid line here and one grid line there, basically. Now, once I've made that decision, and I'm going to set up these as engineering grids. So if I do one for you, if I take my grid over here, come over to the properties dialog box, you see you should have access to two separate grid systems here. So here's an engineering grid. Just before I do that, I'm going to select the PDF and I'm going to enable snaps on that. All right, so we go back again to the grid, and it's the engineering grid. Right, so what I want to do is get in here nice and tight, and I want to pick up that line there, and I'm going to put up my first grid bubble like so. All right, and then I'll do a second one here, and this will be at the to get in tight there, something like that one there. Okay, and I'll just pull this one out here. Now I'm going to distinguish these by putting in an EA. All right, so that's engineering A, and then this will be an E1, engineering 1. Okay. Now I can select those grids and pull them out like so, and I've got my A1 grid position more or less set up here. One thing I would do is select the PDF and pin up here. so it doesn't shift out of position once we've got this done. Okay, now, so you're going to repeat that process, and it all depends where the other grids go, right, is going to be where you have decided to put your columns. So this is part of the exercise that you have done in terms of researching the primary structure, and you're going to decide on a column size placeholder and then the spacing of those columns with obviously there to support the beams on top. So the way I've gone about this is I have taken that dimension there, not that one. I've taken a dimension from the inside face here to the inside face there, and it works out for me around 36 meters. So 36 is ideal because 6/6 are 36, and 6 meters is a good span to have maybe in between the columns. All right, so you might go smaller, and that's fine if you want to do that. I like to go evenly across anyway, across there. So I'm going to insert the rest of my grids here, and I'll just pause. I'm going to do that and then come back. Now you'll see that I've got my grids set up here. E1 over to E7, and let's just do a little annotate. So you'll see that there is a 6 meter in between each of those. All right, now you'll see that a column is coming down in the middle of the door there, and I was saying on an earlier post that there's no harm just to shift that across a little bit here. Okay, just take it out of the way of the column. That's not a problem. Something similar perhaps will happen here. We'll move that one up there. Why do I have these ones going across here? Well, I'll have intermediary columns on the external face, so to support the vertical walls that go up above the ancillary offices there. Okay, so that's why they have gone in. And I've got EA right the way through here. And these ones are a little bit more spaced out, I think. They are 8/6s, and again, if you want to, this is just my interpretation of this. Again, if you want to do something different that you've worked out with your teammates, then that's fine to do. So what I've done there is I have applied engineering grids to the main arena there, and that's the first exercise that you're going to do. You're going to get those set up, and if you can get those set up correctly, the positioning of the columns and everything else like that kind of flows quite quickly. All right, so that's the end of part one.